Hey everybody, Darren Cross here. Welcome to module or week 7 of Business 215, Small Business Management. So up till now, we've been kind of getting familiar with the concept of small business and entrepreneurship. You've introduced a product that you really want to try to introduce to the market. And we began our business plan and we actually started talking about marketing. Now, last week, I think I talked about the concept of the marketing mix. The marketing mix, whenever you hear marketing mix, you should automatically think 4Ps. The 4Ps of the marketing mix are the product, the price, promotion, and place. So when we're talking about the marketing mix, what we're really saying is how do we mix or modify these things in a way that makes sense for our target market? So we're going to change something about each one of those things for our target market, right? So a product, there are going to be features that one group of people likes that another group of people may not like. Okay. And the price, there are going to be prices that one group of people might buy this product at and another group of people may not buy the product at. So what we're talking about now in chapter 10, the title of the chapter is Small Business Promotion, Capturing the Eyes of Your Market. So we're talking about promotion. The promotion element. This is just digging into the market part. Okay, so the learning objectives that we're going to hit this chapter are: number one, we're going to describe the marketing funnel and the stages in the customer development process. So customers are people who have a self-concept, and that based upon that self-concept, they have needs and desires. When those needs and desires are not there, they go out they go out to try to find something that can help them get those needs satisfied. And so they go shopping. When they go shopping, they're looking around, they're looking at the options, and they're looking at their price range, and they're trying to determine what's happening. So we got to figure out, okay, when someone is thinking about they have this need, what is the process to get them to actually be a customer? Okay, so we're going to dig into that. We're going to recognize the peso model of the promotional media landscape. So peso refers to the type of media that we actually can take advantage of. So you have paid media, things that we actually pay for, so advertising and things like that. We have earned media. This is the things that naturally cause the world to be thinking about us. So PR, the things that we're naturally doing if people are naturally just paying attention to us. We have shared media. That's people sharing our story, word of mouth, that kind of thing. And then we have owned media, which is the things that aren't necessarily specifically marketing things, like our website, different blogs that we might be on, different things that places where we can put our materials. So we're going to understand what that really means. We're going to apply the key skills involved in personal selling, especially closing the sale. Typically, so I have advised hundreds and hundreds of students. And when I say to a classroom, who wants to be a salesperson, who wants to go into sales, nobody wants to do it. What I can tell you is, of all the people I know who are most successful, most of them are salespeople. They are involved in sales in one way or another. There are some specific skills we just feel uncomfortable with asking someone to spend money with us. But what's happening every day? Have you spent money today? Have you spent money this week or this month? Yes, you're spending money all the time. And so somebody's getting the money that people are spending. If you are in sales, you stand a good chance of making a lot of money. And there are some specific fields that are very, very lucrative. But regardless of that, let's not even think about that. You probably have heard this. We're always selling anyway. And so figuring out how that process works and how to accentuate the benefits of the thing that you want people to actually buy or buy into, you increase the chances that they will actually do that. And so learning to close the deal is a big thing. We're going to recognize the major approaches to customer retention, making sure that people are well taken care of and that their needs are met. It's all about that value proposition and your brand promise and making sure that the thing that the itch that they have, we're actually scratching. And finally, we're going to identify sales forecasting methods. This is I call it the magic wand of marketing and sales. And the reason why is because if you really understand, like we talk about in this chapter, we talk about hit rate. I think there's a lot more that we can really talk about, but this is something that I go over with clients all the time. I don't really call it hit rate. We talk about conversion rate, but like if we have a certain number of leads that we're getting and we know that our conversion rate is 10% and we know what our customer acquisition rate is and what our lifetime value of a customer is, then we know each time we get a customer, it's going to be $100. We know that we need our acquisition to be under 100 for us to make a profit. But then when we look at that conversion rate, we can say, hey, I convert 10%. If I get 1,000 leads, then I'm going to get 100 conversions. I'm going to get 100 customers. And if the lifetime value is, $100, but it only cost me $50 to acquire them, then the lifetime value is going to be $50. I'm going to earn $50 per customer. Well, if I want $50,000, then I have to say $50,000 a month, then I have to back that up, right? So you just work backwards. You say, okay, so what's $50,000? I need to get $100,000 in actual sales. That means that I got to get, 10,000? My math is messing up now. 10,000 actual sales. And then if my rate is 10%, I have to have 100,000 leads. So I don't know if the math is right, but you get my point. Understanding how to forecast can help you understand how to actually be successful. The reason why I call it the magic wand is when you look at what you need, if you understand your conversion rate, then you can look at what you need to put in the pipeline. And so that can virtually guarantee your success. Okay, so we're going to dig into these things. I want you to still be thinking about your product or your business as it relates to these things, and we're going to develop on them a little bit more as we go through the course, but I want you to be thinking about them as you go through this material. So I think this stuff is pretty simple, but if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Good luck.